If you've been feeling like you don't fit into your old life anymore, if time feels strange, if coincidences keep happening, if your emotions swing from deep emptiness to sudden clarity, you are not broken. You are not going crazy. You are waking up to your quantum consciousness. And once this awakening begins, there is no going back. The collapse of the old self. The first sign of awakening is disconnection. Things you used to love feel empty. People you used to chase feel distant. Even your goals feel hollow. Why? Because your old identity is dissolving. You're no longer aligned with the frequency of who you were. Your field is recalibrating for who you are becoming. The strange signs of awakening: intense synchronicities, repeating numbers, meaningful encounters, heightened intuition. You know things before they happen. Emotional chaos, waves of anxiety, sadness, or sudden peace. Sleep disruption, waking at 3:33 a.m., feeling energy rushes, loss of interest in drama, gossip, or shallow desires. These are not random. They are quantum signals, proof that your consciousness is shifting into a higher frequency. The quantum science behind it. Quantum physics tells us reality does not exist until it is observed. This is the observer effect. Consciousness collapses possibilities into form. When your quantum self wakes up, you stop unconsciously reacting to life and start actively observing reality into being. Dr. Amit Goswami calls this consciousness as the ground of being. Your thoughts don't float in your head. They program the field. Why you feel lost, the hidden gift. Feeling lost is not failure. It is proof you've stepped out of the simulation of conditioning. Your old map no longer works because you're walking new terrain. The void you feel is not emptiness. It's the space where the new self is forming. What you call breakdown is actually quantum reorganization. The emotional triggers of awakening. Awakening doesn't feel like light and rainbows at first. It feels like grief, because you're letting go of a version of yourself that cannot survive in your next reality. It feels like fear, because the unknown is stretching open before you. But every tear, every panic, every sleepless night is your nervous system rewiring for higher coherence. The identity shift. You've been taught you are your mind, you are your body, you are your history, but your quantum awakening reveals you are awareness itself. You are the observer behind the thoughts, behind the emotions, behind the body. And once you realize this, the field around you bends, because you're no longer trapped in the role. You are the director of the play. The subconscious reprogramming. Most people live 95% of their life in subconscious autopilot. Patterns, loops, trauma repeating. But awakening cracks the autopilot. Suddenly you see the loops. You notice the triggers. You question the beliefs. This is your subconscious surfacing, not to punish you, but to ask, are we safe to expand now? How to stabilize. During the shift breathwork to regulate the nervous system. Heart-brain coherence meditations to anchor a new frequency. Journaling awareness. Writing down synchronicities, insights, dreams. Embodying gratitude for the smallest quantum events. These practices don't create awakening. They stabilize it. They remind your body and mind it is safe to become more. The role of fear. When you awaken, fear rises. Why? Because your ego believes change equals death. Every panic attack is your ego's alarm bell saying, don't step forward. But here's the secret. The fear isn't real. It's just the nervous system catching up to your new frequency. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is the signpost that you're entering new reality. Consciousness creates, not matter. We've been taught that matter creates mind, but quantum physics flips that. Mind creates matter. Your thoughts, emotions, and frequency collapse timelines into form. You don't observe reality. Reality observes you and mirrors what you broadcast. Why this is happening to you right now. You didn't stumble into this video by accident. If these words resonate, it's because your field called them in. Your higher self orchestrated this reminder to say, you're not alone. Your awakening, the quantum self, already exists. The version of you who is free, abundant, fearless, whole, already exists in the quantum field. You're not creating them from scratch. You're collapsing into them through alignment. Your awakening is simply the recognition that this version has always been waiting. The return to power. The final stage of awakening isn't about floating away from life. It's about returning with new eyes. You become less reactive. You become untouchable by drama. You radiate presence that changes every room you enter. Because when your consciousness wakes up, your field speaks louder than words. The cracks in the matrix. Have you noticed how the things people obsess over, money, gossip, status, approval, suddenly feel meaningless to you? That's not apathy. That's clarity. You're seeing the cracks in the matrix. You're realizing that the game most people are trapped in is an illusion. Why old relationships fall away. When your frequency shifts, not everyone can come with you. You'll notice friends drifting, relationships breaking, circles changing. It hurts, but it's alignment. The universe removes what no longer vibrates with your next reality. You're not losing people. You're losing limits. The pressure of dual lives. At first, awakening feels like living two lives. 1 foot in your old identity, 1 foot in the unknown. That pressure isn't punishment, it's initiation. The moment you choose to fully step into the unknown, the old reality collapses like a house of cards. The magnetic field of the heart science shows your heart emits an electromagnetic field that extends beyond your body. When you awaken, your heart field expands, influencing reality. That's why strangers feel drawn to you. Why rooms change when you enter. Why opportunities magically appear. It's not magic, it's physics. The battle with the ego. Your ego won't surrender quietly. It will fight. It will tell you you're crazy. It will cling to the past because its job is survival. But you are not here to survive. You are here to awaken. And every time you observe your ego with love instead of fear, it loses control. Time feels different. One of the strangest signs of awakening is time distortion. Some days move too fast, others feel endless. Why? Because time isn't linear. When your consciousness rises, you step into quantum time, where timelines overlap, bend, and collapse. That's why déjà vu intensifies. That's why manifestations appear faster. The power of stillness. Most of us are addicted to doing, but in awakening, the greatest power is in stillness. When you sit in silence, the quantum field recalibrates around you. The less you force, the more you allow. Stillness is not emptiness. It's creation in its purest form. Dreams and symbolism. Pay attention to your dreams. When your quantum consciousness wakes, your dreams become messages. They reveal symbols, guidance, even glimpses of future timelines. Your subconscious speaks the language of metaphor. Listen closely. It's showing you the next version of yourself. Body awakening symptoms. Awakening isn't just mental, it's physical. Tingling sensations, sudden fatigue or bursts of energy, pressure in the forehead or crown, random heart flutters. Your body is rewiring, recalibrating to hold more frequency. Don't fear it, honor it. The role of surrender. Here's the paradox. You can't force awakening. The more you try to control it, the harder it feels. The moment you surrender, truly let go, the field carries you. Surrender isn't weakness. It's trust in the intelligence of the quantum field that created galaxies and now is creating the new you. The collective awakening. You are not the only one. Millions are experiencing this right now. That's why the world feels chaotic. Systems are crumbling, truths are surfacing. It's not the end of the world. It's the end of the old paradigm. And your awakening is part of the collective shift. The higher self connection. During awakening, your higher self stops being an abstract concept. You feel it, you hear it, you sense the nudges. It guides you toward people, choices, synchronicities. It whispers, "This is the way." And when you listen, everything aligns. The frequency of gratitude. One of the fastest ways to stabilize awakening is gratitude. Not fake gratitude, not forced, but genuine awareness of the smallest miracles: breath, sunlight, synchronicity. Gratitude shifts your frequency instantly, collapsing higher timelines with ease. Your mission awakens. Once you stabilize, something powerful happens. Purpose awakens. You feel called to something bigger than yourself, to create, to teach, to heal, to build, to awaken others. Because awakening is never just for you, it's for the world. Synchronicity overload. At first you think it's coincidence, repeating numbers, a song with the exact words you needed, meeting someone at the perfect moment. But as your quantum consciousness awakens, synchronicity multiplies. The universe isn't teasing you, it's talking to you. The collapse of old desires. Things you once chased, the car, the house, the approval, the status, they suddenly feel hollow. It confuses you. But this is the death of false desire. Your soul is recalibrating toward what truly matters: freedom, peace, love, expansion. Heightened sensitivity. Sounds feel sharper, environments feel heavier or lighter. You can't fake small talk anymore. Your senses are no longer dulled by the noise of the matrix. They're fine-tuned to pick up energy. And while it can feel overwhelming at first, it's your new compass. Identity dissolution. The person you thought you were begins to dissolve. The labels, the roles, the masks. And though it feels terrifying, it's liberation. Because only when the false identity falls can the true self emerge. Emotional surfacing, awakening doesn't numb you. It cracks you open. Buried grief, hidden anger, old wounds, they rise to the surface. Not to break you, but to be released. Emotions are not enemies. They are messengers. And once felt fully, they free you. Creativity awakens. You may notice a sudden surge in creativity, ideas pouring in, a hunger to write, paint, sing, build. This is your quantum self expressing through you. Because creation is how the universe knows itself, and you are its instrument. Dissatisfaction with the old world jobs, routines, habits that once felt fine, now feel unbearable. That restlessness isn't failure. It's alignment breaking down what no longer matches your frequency. You're not lazy, you're evolving. Expansion of compassion. Even if you never considered yourself spiritual, you'll feel it. A sudden softness toward people. You see through their anger, their defenses, their masks. You realize they're just unconscious. Not bad. Your compassion deepens because you recognize yourself in everyone. The sacred void. There will be a stage where you feel like nothing is happening. No clarity, no direction, just emptiness. But the void is not punishment, it's incubation. The universe is rearranging your reality behind the scenes. Trust the silence. It's preparation for the breakthrough, the return of power, and then slowly you rise. Stronger, lighter, clearer. The fear fades. The fog lifts. You begin living as the awakened self. Not searching, not forcing, but flowing. This is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new one, as a conscious creator in the quantum field. So if you are watching this and you feel the pull, know this: you are not here by accident. The sleepless nights, the strange synchronicities, the emotions, the shifts, the collapse of the old self, they are not random. They are sacred. They are the universe whispering, it's time. You are not losing yourself. You are finding yourself. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. You are not behind. You are exactly on time. Your quantum consciousness is waking up, and that means the world you thought was real is only a fraction of what's possible. You are not just a mind. You are not just a body. You are the observer, the creator, the awareness behind it all. The quantum field does not respond to how hard you fight. It responds to who you are being. And right now, in this moment, you are being called to embody more love, more trust, more presence. Because the truth is, the awakened version of you already exists. They are waiting, and the only thing between you and them is your willingness to surrender. So don't fear the changes, don't resist the signs, don't doubt the path. This is your initiation. This is your rebirth. This is your quantum awakening. And once it begins, nothing will ever be the same again. So if this is happening to you, the sleepless nights, the strange synchronicities, the sudden emotions, the feeling that reality is bending, do not run, do not numb, do not doubt. This is your awakening. You are not the old identity anymore. You are not the wounds. You are not the fear. You are awareness itself, vast, infinite, and entangled with the quantum field. Every moment you choose presence over panic, trust over control, coherence over chaos, you collapse a higher reality. You meet your quantum self. You realize that you were never waiting for abundance, for love, for freedom. They were always waiting for you. Your quantum consciousness is waking up. And once you awaken, nothing can put you back to sleep. The only question left is, will you keep resisting the shift, or will you surrender to the truth that you are the observer, that you are the creator, that you are the field itself, becoming aware of its own power? Because the moment you realize this, reality changes forever.